Now, an exclusive interview with Michael Jackson's mother a week after a California jury found him not guilty of child molestation. In the first of a two-part interview with MSNBC's Rita Cosby, today Katherine Jackson gives her reaction to the verdict.
When they said not guilty for all 10 counts, I felt like the world had been lifted off my shoulders. I was crying all while they were with tears of joy, of course.
It's still emotional for you now. Here it's been over a week. But
oh, yes, I find myself crying now.
what did he say to you when the verdict came down, and what did you say to him?
Well, I just hugged him and cried, and he hugged me. And I said, at last, they saw the truth.
Were there days where he wasn't eating anything?
Yes, sometimes. But he just wasn't eating enough, that's all.
Did it scare you to see him wasting away?
Well, I knew he was worried about what was going to happen because his fate was in the hands of 12 strangers. He didn't know these people.
How did you feel also sitting there in court? Because they talked about porno magazines, they talked about booze. Did you see a different side of your son that maybe you hadn't before?
Well, the porno magazines, a lot of them were sent to him, and I'm sure he looked at them. And the booze that he said they gave to children in the porno magazine that he was sharing with children, all those were lies. I knew my son as a young man and a child, but when they grow older, they change. So I guess he was no different than any other man that was out there in the world. But one thing he's not, and that's a child molester. He is not a child. He's not a pedophile.
Was there ever a moment where you thought your son, Michael Jackson, was a child molester?
Not 1 minute that I think he was a child molester. And you know what? A child molester has a pattern. My son don't even fit that description. A child molester don't strike every 10 or 11 years or 13 years like they're trying to say my son did. And these were, back then, it was a lie, and it's a lie now.
You believe in your son 110%?
I sure do.